Hello and welcome. This video is a tutorial video on 7Room's iPad, and this is how you make a reservation via the iPad. So presumably this iPad is going to be at the front counter, and most likely you're going to be making a reservation on the iPad for a guest that is in front of you looking to make a reservation for a future date, or on the phone potentially looking to make a reservation for a future time or date. So you want to make sure you're on the Reservations tab here, and you're going to click in the top right hand corner, which is a plus sign here, to make a reservation. It's going to ask you to select a date. Let's say they want to make a reservation for Monday the 2nd. And the system will automatically know how many people, how many lanes to assign based on the number of people that you assign. So anytime, every lane is going to be a maximum of 5 people. And the system will allow you to go up to 20 people. If you select more than 20 people, it's going to tell you that there's no tables available. In this system, anything that says table for our sake means lanes. So let's say this is a small reservation. They've got 2 people, and you don't have to worry about this. This is the shift you're selecting, but we only do 1 shift per day, so it's automatically going to be on the right day. And when it says area, you want to make sure that you're selecting the lanes area. This really only comes into play when you're talking about Pins and River City, because they have a VIP section and a main section, but most locations are only going to have 1 section of lanes. And you'll select your time. We would like you to push for at least an hour and a half for any reservation. If they're a larger party than 10, we'd like you to push for 2 hours. This way they have time to eat, drink, relax, and not feel rushed off the lanes. Okay. So let's say they want to come in at 2 o'clock. We're going to select 2 o'clock here, and the system is going to ask us to search for one of our guests. All right, so we can start typing in their name, and if they're in our system already, then we can just select their name, and we're done. And we have their phone number and email, and they'll be able to get their reservation emailed to them, and they'll get some reminder text messages through the phone, and we can also communicate through the phone, which I'll show you in a later video. If they are not in our system, we have to add them as a new client. And in that situation, we would need to collect their mobile phone number, and we would also need to collect their email in order to properly communicate with them going forward. But for this example, let's say we have their information in the system already. Okay, the next thing we need to do is, we'll talk about tags in a later video. Reservation notes, we can come in here and add some notes about our reservation. Maybe you can say, would like freshly oiled lanes. You know, something like that, just to give the person that is at the front desk, that maybe it's not you that maybe you make the reservation, but you're passing it off to another employee. Just give them a little bit of information about the reservation. And finally, we need to collect a credit card. And we're going to charge the card now, and we're going to collect a 100% deposit for bowling, plus a $10 reservation fee. So if their bowling is going to cost $50, we're going to charge them $50 for the bowling and $10 for a reservation fee. Due to the system not being able to differentiate between taxable and non-taxable items, we are not going to charge them for shoes up front in this situation. So they can pay for their shoes when they arrive. But for now, we're just going to charge them. Let's say they're renting the lanes for 2 hours, and there's 2 people, so they're only going to get 1 lane. They would be charged $40 plus a $10 reservation fee for $50 in total. And you would take their credit card information over the phone, and you would go ahead and hit save. We're not going to put a credit card in for this scenario. And after that credit card information is in, you can see here that there is, you want to send the booking notification to the guest. Okay, the default is to send them actually a text reminder, an SMS reminder of their reservation that's coming up. And you can also add a personal note in here where you can say, We look forward to seeing you, and we'll make, excuse me, we'll make sure you have a freshly oiled pair of lanes, that is. Okay. Great, so something like that, and they'll see that when they get their confirmation email. And then we'll go ahead and hit book. And now they're in the system, and they're ready to go for tomorrow at 2 o'clock. You'll see here that there's any reservation notes in the system, so that when the next person who comes in that's maybe working on Monday at 2 o'clock, they'll be able to see everything here. And I'll go into some more of this detail in future videos, but this is essentially the way to make a reservation.